Hello guys, welcome back to Elliott Flatten Fishing. And this episode is filmed a couple weeks ago. We were fishing in the southern Minnesota area on a lake in the middle of nowhere. And it's like by far the best bass lake I've ever fished. The previous couple days, me and Kenny had fished the lake once, and the water was a little bit colder. And honestly, I'm not sure what the temperature was, but the fish still did not lay their eggs. They were still on beds. But the day that we came, a few of the fish we caught were still big and fat. You could tell they were big females. And a couple of the fish were, long females that were still spawned out, but they were still big fish. Me and Kenny had tried throwing spinnerbaits, crankbaits, chatterbaits, and they weren't really keying in on that. And we started throwing like the more like finesse style of bait. We tried like whacker rig Senkos. That's a go-to in anybody's tackle box. If you haven't caught a fish on a Senko, you're doing something wrong. So I was throwing a Texas rig the whole day basically, and it worked pretty well for me. Me and Kenny would spot certain big fish on beds, and we found out that these fish will eventually bite. It takes time. The key is patience. And to mix things up, every time you fish these fish, try a new bait. They don't like it, try something else. Patience and switching up your bait to offer them basically the whole buffet they eventually eat. And before the fishing starts, I want to thank you all for clicking on the video. I greatly appreciate it. If you don't like it, you can, never watch me again. If you enjoy it, please subscribe. I appreciate it. There's more content coming. Stay tuned, and hopefully you guys enjoy the fishing. Thank you. Five minutes of fishing, Ken already stuck a dog.
Alright, so we just got to the lake. First 5 minutes, got this one. He weighed in at 3.22. Pretty nice one, but small for this lake. But we'll let him go. Hopefully get bigger ones. Right, homie.
Oh, that's a giant. Oh, Jesus. That's a big, big bass.
The one I needed, cool.
Oh, man. Reel up. Oh, good grief! Alright guys, that is my first fish of the day. That is my biggest bass of the year. It's a freaking donkey. Big female, obviously. Look at the tail, it's all beat up. It's been fanning on its bed. I mean, that is probably the best first fish you could probably ask for ever. God, I can't believe it. 5.73 on the scale, Kenny.
Yep.
I'm gonna get her back from the water. Her bed's about 10 yards that way, under a log.
Yeah, the camera's getting wet.
There she goes. Back up in that tree right there. Fishing off short part of this. There's a little guy. Second fish of the day. That's gonna be, and I don't think he's 4 pounds. He's probably 3 1/4, 3 1/2 pounds. It's a stud. Get him off, just barely on there. He was jumping like an acrobat, but yeah, we'll get him back in the water. Get him out there. Ow! That's my third or fourth bass of the day. It's like a 3.5 pounder. Nice chunky female. You can see those bottom fins are all scarred up and bloody. Fanning beds. I think just mean looking. But yeah, that's on that craw. We came through here this first time on the stretch of shoreline. It's all sand. We've seen 4s, 5s, 6-pounders. And we could not get them to bite, so we're way off the bank, bombing up in the shallows. And that's the first one we got. We've seen them twice this size swimming around in here, so we're gonna keep fishing and try and get one. That's it? Is that a fish on? That's the one I just caught. Oh, you're back on it? Slumpy? Slumpy ducky? Okay, well, we grab a net for ya. Get him up. The camera's rolling.
Well, we went up and looked for mushrooms, and we came walking the shore, and we see like 10 beds full of fish like this and bigger. We're going to continue to do that. Here she goes.
Oh god, yeah. Oh! We're sight fishing these bass. I cast up on one, cinched them. Maybe. Oh, we got a double. Is he big one? Really? That's a donk too. Oh god. Oh my god, Elliott, get the net. Yeah. I don't know how big he is. Yeah, mine's a little dog in me. Oh my god. Oh fuck, get to me. Get to me. Yes! Oh, oh my dude! What are the chances? What are the chances? Dude!
Elliott, look at my hook. Look at my hook. The barb's not even in.
The barb isn't even Kenny's fish.
There it is.
Guys, that's a greasy double. That's probably the greasiest double on camera in the history of mankind. Oh, I mean, that's a nice fish. That's a 3.5 pounder. That's more on the edge of like 6. Oh my goodness. Get mine off. Healthy release. Get him back. 10 to Kenny's.
Well, we bed fishing these ones. We can see a lot of them, and just got this one, 5.3 pounder. It's a pretty big fish.
Look at the belly.
That's a lumpy slumpy. Let him regenerate. Nice.
Dude, Kenny, get me knocks. Oh my god, it's a giant. Freaking nature. That's your winner. It's a nice male. Cut him off a bed where we have seen a giant female, so stay tuned, I guess. Kenny's got a fish on this. Pretty good. Good one. Oh my god. Maybe. Yeah, loosen up. It's gonna bust. Is he right down there in the weeds? Hold on. Way out. Oh my god. Atta boy, Kenny.
Yes. Good job, dude. There he is. That's the one, dude. Dude, that's a giant. Holy crap. Dude, that's the one we were hunting for. Well, we have been fishing. I just lost probably the fish of my dreams. Probably 23-inch, 7.5 pounder. Pretty much took the life out of me being in a tournament. And we've seen this fish 4 different times, tried to catch him. We have not been able to get him. And I said, well, we got to fish him from far out and take our chances with these choked weeds. 6-pound line, Senko hook, and he got it.
Hold him out. Hold him out to me.
Thing is a giant. 21-inch LMB. Alright, well, can't get a weight on our scales being weird, but we're going to let him go. It said 2.3. That ain't right.
No! Oh, that's sick. Alright guys, we were nearing the end of our day, and me and Kenny made our way back into this bay where we had saw a bunch of big fish on beds along this entire stretch of shoreline. And we could see the fish, we were casting them, but they would not bite. I'd never seen anything like this before, but on every single bed there was these fish, and they were sticking their tails out of the water like they were dancing or something. I don't know how to label it because I have no clue what it was. I looked up on the internet like what it possibly could be, but to me it looked like fish porn. Yeah, it looked like fish porn. I think the fish were mating or something. I'm not sure how that all works with fish, how they do their stuff, but I think the female lays the eggs on the bed, and then the males come in there and they do their deed on top of the eggs. But it could be that. I don't know. You guys take a peek, look for yourselves, and leave a comment. Maybe you guys know what it is. Maybe you guys have a clue what it is. Or maybe just ideas, because I have no clue. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you guys have an amazing day. Thank you.